New York. The city that never sleeps. The city of unbridled ambition, relentless drive. This is the place where the boldest and brightest come to succeed. Here, standing still is not an option. Leadership isn't given, it's taken. And the future belongs to those who step forward and make it their own. Tonight, we have come together to celebrate leaders, visionaries, people who refuse to stand on the sidelines. Joe Lonsdale, Shaun and Liana Maguire, Adam Shapiro. They stood up for America, for Israel, for the Jewish people, for a stronger future. Because true leadership isn't just about success and what you achieve, but what you stand for. For 16 years, Chabad Young Professionals has not only nurtured a vibrant community, but it has cultivated a movement of young leaders who take ownership in their Jewish identity and responsibility for the Jewish future.
You're just like a rock for, I think, so many people, for myself, for my friends, for the whole community. I don't think any of us would have gotten through it without them.
It speaks to your soul. They help you grow. They help you tap into parts of yourself that you may know is there, but aren't always connected to.
It's a safe space. We're all here to bond with each other, have a good time, feel strong with each other. And I think Levi and Perel do a phenomenal job of that.
Tonight, we celebrate that mission, the power of community, the drive to lead, the commitment to act, the future we are building together. Let's be inspired. Let's celebrate. Let's lead the way forward and bring it home.
I may be the daughter of a rabbi and the wife of a rabbi, but I myself did not go to rabbinical school, which is to say, my remarks will be brief. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Levi, our incredible dinner chairs, the Gala committee, and the Chabad Young Professional community, it is my distinct privilege to welcome you to tonight's Gala dinner, Bringing It Home. The Rebbe and Rebbitzin, whose birthday was today, charged us with the mission to bring authentic, joyful Judaism to everyone we encounter. Tonight, we honor that mission. We come together to celebrate community, to celebrate leadership, to celebrate Jewish pride. We recognize those who exemplify these qualities, embodying the Jewish ideals that have served as the cornerstone of our mission at Chabad Young Professionals for the past 16 years. And standing here, looking around this magnificent room, I cannot think of a better way to cap off the month of Adar, the most joyous month of the Jewish calendar, than by celebrating with each and every one of you. And now, without further ado, please join me in welcoming to the stage, all the way from the Holy Land, IDF soldier and Israeli singer, Noam Buskila.
Shalom לכולם, good evening everyone. Shalom. Usually when we say shalom, everyone say shalom. Shalom everyone. My name is Noam Buskila and I'm so happy and so honored to be here with you. What a beautiful place, what a beautiful people. And I would like to start this evening in dedicating a chapter of Tehillim for the land of Israel, for our homeland. So everybody please rise. We'll say it together with a lot of כוונה. שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם אדוני, עושה שמיים וארץ. אל יתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומריך. הנה לא ינום ולא ישן, שומר ישראל. אדוני שומריך, אדוני צילך על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יקקה, וירח בלילה. אדוני ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך. אדוני ישמור צאתך ובואך, מעתה ועד עולם. And I would like to sing with you the beautiful prayer for the חיילים, the מי שברך for the חיילים, my friends and the IDF soldiers, our heroes, fighting right now all over Israel, in Lebanon, Syria, in Gaza, and we want to dedicate this beautiful song for them. מי שברך אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, יברך את חיילי צבא הגנה לישראל. הוא יברך את חיילי צבא הגנה לישראל. הוא יברך את חיילי צבא הגנה לישראל. Join me guys. העומדים על משמר ארצנו, והרי אלוהינו מגבול הלבנון ועד מדבר מצרים, ומן הים הגדול עד לבוא הערבה, ביבשה באוויר, באוויר ובים, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא הגנה לישראל. כי אדוני אלוהיכם ההולך עמכם, להילחם לכם, להושיע אתכם מאויביכם, ונאמר אמן. תודה רבה.
Coming to New York can definitely feel overwhelming. So many people, and sometimes you just don't even know where to start.
When you become a young professional after you graduate, it's a lot. Nobody likes to really talk about that transition, but it's really hard.
Most people who are here, their family's not here. They might be in New York, but they're not in Manhattan.
And I think the most important thing was finding community. And so that's what I looked for immediately when I came to New York.
To feel a part of the community, feel that I was, that I am Jewish and I can practice is everything. And to find that connection is what I was looking for.
And that's what brought me to Chabad.
And when you walk into here, the rabbi and the rebbitzin make you feel at home. It's from the second you walk in, the time you're here. When you don't come for a few weeks, you hear from them and you want to come back. If I had to put it in one word, it's home. You really feel at home.
When we moved here 16 years ago, Levi and I were definitely young. Were we professional? I don't think so.
The cause was saving the Siberian tiger.
We definitely had the enthusiasm and the determination to make it work and to make it a success. Our first event we ever made
was Purim, and we had no idea what we were doing. We had no idea what to expect.
How many people would show up, what type of people would show up. We started spreading the word.
We had 0 RSVPs. Suffice it to say, a very big crowd of people showed up.
The community here is extremely welcoming. You can walk into a Shabbat dinner completely by yourself, which I've done, and not know a single person in the room, and walk out feeling confident that you've made a new friend or even 10 new friends.
You go around, you introduce yourself, you just see so many different backgrounds, where people are from, what people do. The opportunity to reflect on a meaningful question, unwind, hear other people's answers. It's really a special place to be.
You're ambitious, you want to experience New York to the fullest, but you still have a deep, deep sense of who you are. And when you walk into here, you're welcome and you feel at home.
It also serves as a grounding mechanism for you, that everything else can change, but you need some things to be constant. If you have a place to practice your religion, you have a community, you have a rabbi, you have a home, it makes everything easier.
It's very inspiring. It's very selfless of them to devote themselves both to Judaism, building a community of young professionals. They're passing that on, and that knowledge and sharing that with the community is extremely honorable.
I grew up in a Reform synagogue, and then I got to Chabad, and I realized that this was like a whole new way of looking at Judaism and engaging with Judaism, and I think Perel and Levi have showed me that path, and it's something that I think is always going to be a part of how I practice Judaism.
The Shmotkins do an amazing job of spreading a love of Hashem, a love of studying Torah and spirituality. They really help bring out the best in people and the best of their souls.
I didn't know it at the time, but my first Shabbat dinner at their home was actually their first Shabbat dinner too. But you would never know it. They had such an ease about them. They were so warm, and it was so much fun. And I loved watching their growing family, and it certainly was growing over that period. Watching their kids around it, and just seeing them involved, and knowing the songs, and knowing the prayers, and knowing the customs. And that was definitely something I would look at as like a young single person and be like, I want my kids to be surrounded by Shabbat and surrounded by the prayers, and know the prayers, and have such a comfort in doing the Jewish customs. I lost my father in December. Levi and Perel made a point on a Sunday to come. They left their children on a Sunday and came and spent the whole day with us. It meant the world. It meant the world to me. They didn't know my dad, but it didn't matter. They wanted to be there for us, and that was really special.
They welcomed me in as if I was one of their kids. They had me every week, and I felt like family there. The warmth and the love, and of course all the good food, and you just, you sit, you talk to people, you meet people. I've met, obviously my husband and my forever partner, but I've met some of my best friends at Chabad. They've been at every point in my life. They've seen me single and childless, to dating somebody new, to engaged, to married, and they married us. They were there for Simon's Bleed. These are people you celebrate all of life's really, really happy moments with, and that are there for you in the not so happy moments in life as well.
It's a very consistent thing in an otherwise hectic place here in New York. New York is a tough place. Everything's expensive, everything is hard. Company shut down once, was acquired, then COVID happened. There was a lot going on in the past 7 years. But every time I was able to go back to Chabad, the rabbi comes around, asks you how you're doing, pours you a shot of whiskey, or now tequila since I've been with Loen. And you can just relax, and you don't have to put up too much of an effort. I have a place, I have a Seder, I can go. People are taking care of me.
You feel comfortable to not make Shabbat for weeks, and then come back to back 3 weeks in a row, to come for 5 minutes, to come for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. You feel comfortable, you feel no obligations, you feel no judgment, and that's been the constant that's just been so important. The constant feeling here is a feeling of ease.
My relationship with Judaism hasn't been linear necessarily. What I have found with Levi and Perel is that as my relationship with Judaism evolves, they are able to support me and answer my questions and deliver experiences that I need, that I'm seeking, kind of regardless of where I am on that journey. And I know that journey will continue to evolve. As I said, my father recently passed, and that was just 2 months ago. And I've already seen how my relationship with my Judaism has changed even since then. And I know this is a marathon, not a sprint, so.
I think it's really important to continue to inspire people, especially at this time in their lives, because that's when it's going to go down to their children and their children's children. You're never done growing. You're never done tapping into your true potential. And Chabad Young Professionals is just a really great way to bring people closer to Hashem, closer to their truest selves and their divine, purpose. And it's really, really important that that's passed down for generations to come.
I mean, wow. I don't know about you. I don't know if I've been up all night working on this for months, but that hit me. So I look at my friends here tonight and all of you at this incredible room, at these beautiful people. It's incredible how far we've come. I'm Michael Bretholz. I'm very, very proud to be the president of Chabad Young Professionals Board. Chabad YP is a special community. This is a kibbutz that brings people from every background, souls from uptown and downtown, across the Hudson, the other river. Some people are observant, and some of us, maybe like me, they hated Hebrew school, they never would go to a synagogue. We come, we find a home in which we're learning, we're doing charity, we're building friends, we're growing. Chabad Young Professionals is a home away from home. It's hard to think, you look around tonight, you think this has been years in the making. For me personally, for CYP, and honestly, I think we all feel it, the entire Jewish community, tonight is a special and important moment for all of us. I'm looking and I see faces that have worked on this for years. For years. And of course, we're going to honor 3 people tonight, or 4 people really, 4 visionaries, sorry, whose examples, they inspire us. But more importantly, equally importantly, we are going to raise funds tonight to establish a permanent home for Chabad Young Professionals. So if you allow me, I'm going to share my own story about CYP. I've been lucky. I was here since the beginning, I think, maybe before the beginning. I met Perel and Levi in 2008 at the Yale Chabad Hanukkah party. Perel and Levi, they didn't have a family yet. Perel was, I think, pregnant with Musia. They came to New York, bright-eyed, and they were going to start a new community that didn't exist before for young people in their 20s and their 30s. People were starting their careers, building their friendships, building their families, and hopefully who were developing those core values that would guide them through their entire lives. December 2008 was not a normal time. We were facing a global financial crisis. So only two people like Levi and Perel would be like, oh, this is a good time to start a charity. Naturally. But you know what? It was Hanukkah also. It was a Hanukkah party. And like the Hanukkah miracle, CYP was blessed with a founding grant. It was just enough to get started. It wasn't enough to take us through. So I told Levi, Rabbi Levi, that Hanukkah was a perfect holiday to get started on Chabad young professionals. And it was a symbol of both the time that we were in and their mission. Even if you've just been to a little bit of Hebrew school or watched some TV, you'd know that in the Hanukkah story we had just enough oil for one night. But by a miracle, it would suffice. We would take a leap of faith and light the flame. And CYP would follow that very same path. If you look around, don't look at the center of the room, but look to the outskirts of the room, look at the balcony. In a community of young people, there's no obvious bench of donors you can look to who are going to support the place. We have to take a leap of faith. And so slowly, Levi, okay, if you know Levi, you know he is, this night is not normal for Levi. Raise your hand if you're involved in any way in planning tonight. Raise it a little higher. Mark, raise it higher. You did the whole thing. Okay, so this is not Levi's strength, but slowly we train Levi to gain a little bit of courage, because young people are enthusiastic, they want to be here, they're into it, but they're not trained to give and to contribute, and he had to do it. So he trained us and brought us together, and through that, and since then, out of their living room and out of borrowed spaces throughout the city, CYP has offered Shabbat and holiday meals and celebrations, classes, lectures, events, volunteering opportunities, and honestly, tens of thousands of people have come through our doors. They didn't find just a place, they found within themselves a spark. We've been the wandering generation. We didn't have a home. And yet, CYP became a spiritual and a social hub for all of us. It became our second home. So you might think, we're in New York. We don't need another Jewish space, right? But there's a thirst. If you ask anyone who's been involved here, there's a thirst for this kind of authentic connection. Ask anyone who's been involved. Before 2008, or after, if a community like CYP existed, we just have joined it. But it didn't exist, and so we joined in building it. And over the past 2 years in particular, our community, and I'm seeing faces here who've been involved, weekly calls, monthly calls, meetings. We showed up at Brad's office and the sushi didn't come. We gathered and we brainstormed and we planned, what are we going to do? How are we going to meet the needs of our growing community in this challenging time? To do more, we had to secure a permanent home. We needed the space. We couldn't wander any longer. And so, from within Chabad Young Professionals, we gathered our funds and we made space for a down payment. We did it. But tonight, we're taking the next step. Tonight, in this room, look around and look within. We are here to create a new home for Manhattan's young professionals. This is going to be a place where friendships are going to deepen, where Jewish identity is going to flourish, and a place from which the next generation of our leaders is going to come. We're also here to celebrate tonight and honor, of course, Adam Shapiro, Shaun and Joanna Lonsdale, Shaun and Liana, Shaun and Liana Maguire, I'm sorry. I was thinking like Mark Maguire, like everything's getting messed up. I apologize. Shaun and Liana Maguire and Joe Lonsdale. That was almost like a scripted joke, but it wasn't. These are leaders who exemplify the spirit of CYP. Very sorry. So before the speech, of course, like all of you, we all know of their professional accomplishments. We're not talking about those tonight. Tonight, we're especially honoring their courage and their convictions. Adam, Shaun and Liana, and Joe, they've all recognized a vacuum of leadership. They recognized a vacuum of decency, and they recognized a vacuum of action. They have, and they continue to rise to the occasion. Tonight's about them, but it's also about us. Tonight is a call to action for each of us. It's a call to action to me, to my family. This is an opportunity for all of us to come together and to make real our goal. Now is our time to build, and this is our time. You can see on the screen the beautiful building. I'm going to put up the text to pledge information, hopefully. It'll come up eventually. So look, our capital campaign is for $10 million. If that sounds like a big number, it's because it is a big number. And for our community, that absolutely dwarfs anything we've done before. What I can tell you is it's also achievable. Look around the table, look at the people sitting with you, and look at within yourself. We can do this, and many times over. So, my wife Sarah is here, and I love Sarah. I must say, I might get into a bit of trouble tonight because Sarah runs a tight ship. And she's the kind of wife who doesn't allow the phone to be out at the dinner table. But tonight I'm going to make an exception. I'd like to invite everybody here to bring your phone out to the dinner table. But I'm also going to say it's only for this purpose. So I can see Shaun, and I can see Joe. This is not to get on Twitter. Okay, this is only for charity, okay? So it's a limited dispensation. But we can do it. So on a personal level, I've been involved for 16 years. And for every one of these 16 years, I've been fortunate to have had the ability to give and to support this community. This is the time to stretch. And this is the room to stretch. And frankly, for this room, it's not even a stretch. But for our family, Sarah and I are stretching. And in honor of this occasion, in honor of this effort, we are pledging to make the biggest charitable contribution to any cause by far to date. I think everyone here should please join us. We won't be able to do it without you, but with you we can certainly do it and do much more. We need everybody here's help to make this possible. So you can see a very complicated 866-953-9885 number. Text that number and make a pledge. Commit yourself, whether it's for this year or many years, many years, whatever. On their table is a QR code. I don't know how to use a QR code. Or you can speak to me or speak to Perel Levi. Speak to anyone who's here who organized tonight's event. You know, one thing a challenge, we pull this event together in just a matter of months. It's hard to imagine. One thing we learned in running this event that it's also spring break. I think, Michelle, you complain. Everyone's on spring break. No one can come. If you know someone who can't be here, but who should be here, if you know someone who wants to be part of this community, who wants to set the spark to create a dynamic community for people in New York, for the world, I'd like to ask you to please, after tonight, introduce us. More importantly, however, if you know someone who's a young professional who should be part of our community, who's not part of our community, please introduce us. Everyone in this room, whether it's for $5 or $5 million, everyone in this room should please partner with us on this effort. Every noble act, whether it's a small act or a big act, is a bracha, it's a blessing. I want us all to build this thing together. And I wish upon us all that we may all be blessed by our good deeds. Thank you very much.
Adam Shapiro proves that leadership doesn't come with age, it comes with courage. As a student at Cornell, where others saw division, he stood up and built bridges, founding Startup Nation Mentorship to connect the world's most promising young global leaders to Israel. As an investor at Oak Tree Capital, Adam continues to lead, combining professional excellence with a deep commitment to Jewish life and values. Through his work, he's inspired a new generation to step forward with purpose and shape the future with confidence and pride. Tonight, we present Adam with the Young Leadership Award for showing that Jewish leadership isn't about waiting, it's about doing.
When Levi and I think of Adam, there's one word that comes to mind: mensch. Actually, two words: Übermensch. Adam is an Übermensch, which is, by the way, it's like a highbrow menschness. He's always humble, always modest, always downplaying his immense achievements and contributions, and that's even without the Canadian accent. Adam, the many guests that have come here tonight to share this celebration with you is a testament to your dedication to your family and friends, to the Jewish people, and to the land of Israel. It is our distinct honor to present our dear friend and partner, Adam Shapiro, with the Young Professional Leadership Award. We're going to read the inscription. Young Leadership Award, Adam Shapiro, Kos Shel Bracha, Cup of Blessing, Varikosi Lachem Bracha Ad Bli Dai, and may your cup overflow with infinite blessings. 25th of Adar, Tafshin Pei He, March 25th, 2025, Chabad Young Professionals.
Well, thank you so much to Rabbi and Rebbetzin Shmotkin, who have become not only dear friends and teachers and mentors to me, but also family. You know, living in New York, spending 4 years here with them, so many Shabbat meals, Torah lessons, incredibly meaningful experiences together that have really shaped me into the person I am today. And I'm so grateful for this award. So thank you. I'd be remiss not to thank a few other incredibly special people who came long distances to be here, including my amazing family, my parents. and my best friend, my twin brother, Justin. He's a surgeon, believe it or not, so if anyone has a medical issue, he can help. We also have in the room someone who came from a very far place, but a place we all love, Israel, the youngest ever partner at Sequoia, Dean Mayer. Wow. And, it's unbelievable. They took a guy from South Africa, to run Israel, to be on the ground for Sequoia, and he's already proven himself, and very grateful for Dean to be here. We also have, the Startup Nation mentorship team, one of the best people for mining and minerals in Canada, in the Maritimes. Alex Ross flew in from Halifax, so thank you, Alex. And we have a whole contingency from Panama, and I'm just so blessed to celebrate this recognition with all of you. A lot of my friends asked me when I sent them this link to come to this dinner about a month ago, they said, well, why are you getting honored tonight? You didn't co-found Palantir, you did not seed SpaceX. And my response was, Perel, Shmotkin just said, Adam's a mensch. That's really what I responded, because I wasn't so sure if I was worthy to be on stage with Shaun and Joe. So really look up to both of you, and excited for all that you will continue to do to support and stand up for the Jewish people in Israel. So thank you both. I'm going to say something a little bit untraditional or unorthodox, which is, I often, thank God for the anti-Semitism and anti-Israel bias I experienced when I was in college. Now, why is that? When I think back to, World War II, that led to a lot of nuclear innovation. When you think about the Cold War, that led to major advancements in getting man to the moon. When you think about even today, the rivalry with China, that's exacerbated, and Shaun can speak to this, big advancements in AI. And I think for the Jewish people, having tension for our people today has led us to think big and try to change the trajectory of our destiny in big ways. And when I was on college, my first Yom HaAtzmaut, Israel Independence Day, the Cornell Falafel Fest, 40 anti-Israel students showed up, fell to the floor, were painted in red, and held up genocide and said, we're the IDF and we killed them. And I was so upset by that. I thought, what is going on? These are Cornell students who had to get great SAT scores to be here, and they decided to do this. And this was in 2017. So I went to my non-Jewish friends. I thought those are probably the most important people I wanted to educate about Israel. And I said, want to come to this lecture by this colonel from the IDF that I'm hosting? And literally 98% of them said no. I thought, we have to change this. So I decided, let's get the heads of Goldman Sachs, Google, Apple, Wiz, and Waze in Israel to be one-on-one career mentors to non-Jewish students, top students. We started at Cornell in 2018. We're now on 30 college campuses across the US, Canada, and the UK. We have over 3,000, thank you. We have over 3,000 alumni, thank God, and we have a team of 80 people, and it's led now, we have a whole young professionals program. And what I ultimately was seeking to do was, we need to make sure that the next generation of leaders, both Jewish and not Jewish, understand and have a relationship with Israel, can see the professional benefit that it can have on them. And so in 2019, when there was a big BDS, boycott, divest, sanction movement at Cornell, at first I thought, how are we going to defeat this? The narrative is against us. We're outnumbered. Even at a school like Cornell, where over 20% of the student body is Jewish, we certainly felt outnumbered. But I thought, let's get student assembly members to actually meet an Israeli. Why speak to 19-year-olds? Speak to the head of Google, and let's have them speak with Bombardier. And so we ended up defeating the BDS resolution by 1 vote. And one of that one vote, I'm very blessed, is actually here tonight. And I was wondering if Grace Park can come and just share a quick word with us. Thank you, Grace.
Hello. Yes, so I was one of the swing votes at the Student Assembly. Yeah. So I grew up in a typical Asian American household with little to no knowledge of Judaism or anti-Semitism. And when I was forced to make a decision about BDS, I got to meet Adam, and I got to talk to so many other people and decided to vote against it. And I still stand by that decision today. And I had the honor to visit Israel in one of the trips that Adam runs yearly, and I also got to meet so many different mentors. I was also matched with an mentor when I was at Cornell, and I'm so honored to be here celebrating Adam, who made such an impact on me, and my stance against anti-Semitism. I stand with Israel, and thank you so much for bringing Adam here to celebrate him. Thank you.
So Grace Park is also very humble. Grace is a vice president at Goldman Sachs and has a high slope career trajectory. And Grace, we're very grateful for your support. Oh, thank you. So to take this forward, many of us, in the room are Jews concerned about what we're seeing around not only college campuses, but in our own cities today. So, why is CYP important? How did I get involved with Rabbi and Rebbetzin Shmotkin? So on college, I just thought, the establishment Jewish community is the Hillel. And the Hillel's fantastic. But the student president of the Hillel at my university was pro-BDS. As shocking as that sounds, literally helped orchestrate a movement to boycott Israel, and I was told that establishment Jewish community is a tent for all our people, anti-Israel Jews, pro-Israel Jews, everyone together. I thought, this is bananas. So what I decided to do, I went to the Chabad. I thought maybe they're seeing things differently like I see it. Was going to Shabbat dinners at Cornell. That led me, the rabbi said, you're going to intern in New York, sophomore summer, you should meet Rabbi Shmotkin. We get together, we have an amazing meal, he invites me for Shabbat, and all of a sudden, I'm the son of a dentist in Canada. I'm like a nobody, and I'm the son of amazing parents though, this rabbi and the Rebbetzin are connecting me with people left and right. Brad Coleman's here. They said, meet Brad. He can help you get a job at Blackstone, and meet this one. I'm thinking, you don't understand. I'm a nobody, and all of a sudden, this random rabbi is inviting me to countless meals, asking me to learn, connecting me with partners at the best firms that I only would dream of working at. And this is what Rabbi and Rebbetzin Shmotkin do for every single person who's in their community. Think about it. It's a built-in family that wants to see their people succeed and teach them and build them into leaders. And that is so special. I have not found that anywhere else. It's unheard of. So when I moved to New York, I graduate college. I'm starting my first job at a firm called KKR. I was new to finance. I didn't grow up around it. I was going to be investing in real estate. And at the end of college, through all this Israel initiatives, I thought, okay, maybe I should start observing more Shabbat. It's in the Ten Commandments. I've enjoyed going to Shabbat dinners. It seems like a very holy mitzvah to do. But I was very nervous. Will I get fired if I tell my employer I'm going to observe Shabbat? I'd never done that before. Should I just keep it private? But what if they need me on a Friday night or a Saturday morning to do a model or a memo? And ultimately, what I decided to do was I called Rabbi Shmotkin. I said, I just moved into this apartment next door to KKR's office in Hudson Yards, and I need a mezuzah. So he comes over, COVID. I was watching the mainstream media, so I have my mask on. And obviously Rabbi Shmotkin is, anti-establishment a little bit. And he's no mask, it's the heat of COVID. And he comes over and he puts a mezuzah. And I say, Rabbi Shmotkin, I don't think I can keep Shabbat. I'll do it in 6 months. Let me just see how work goes. And Rabbi Shmotkin says, no, you have the inner strength. You can do it. I promise you. Okay, Rabbi Shmotkin. And the Friday comes along, we're working on Zoom, I'm in New York, and I'm working with a person who has a less Jewish sounding name than even Shaun Maguire, significantly. This person's from Virginia, his name is Eric Smith, he's does not look Jewish, and basically, Friday comes along and he says, hey Adam, I don't know how to say this, but I observe this thing called the Sabbath. What are the odds? My senior associate who I'm working with, Wall Street, first job, the only investor at all of KKR globally, is Shomer Shabbat. And I was shocked. I said, wait, me too. And anyway, my parents, some of my friends, my loved ones thought, are you crazy? You're going to keep Shabbat? I said, no, my boss keeps it too. It's going to be great. Anyway, 6 months in, they see how hard I was working and long hours and all. Well, everyone here knows how Wall Street is. And now everyone says, well, thank God you had that 25 hours of rest. And I've kept it ever since then. And so, thank you. The message I want to parlay, really, to conclude is that even when you're in the most intense jobs at Palantir or at Goldman Sachs, Blackstone, or you're an entrepreneur, Shabbat has brought really the most amount of blessings to my life, and I think has very much propelled my career to where it is today. And thank you. Having a home like the one that Rabbi and Rebbe and Shmotkin provide to the rising leaders of New York has really enabled me to have such a positive experience observing Shabbat in New York and beyond. And I'm so excited for their next chapter, really building this new home in West Chelsea that's going to serve as a real hub for the next leaders in finance, technology, and beyond in New York. And as we all know, people that come to New York don't stay in New York forever. We go to all different places. And I really feel just so blessed to receive this award. I'm excited for many more years of partnership with Chabad Young Professionals and with the tremendous Rabbi and Rebbe Shmotkin. So thank you so much.
I'm not on the agenda. But testament to Chabad, Levi still feels after 10 years that it's appropriate to spontaneously ask me to hop on stage. As New Yorkers, we've experienced a tidal shift in the cultural and social landscape surrounding what it means to be Jewish in New York these last years. And among many difficult realities which have revealed themselves hidden behind masks among the masses, these past years have also revealed leaders within our community, and perhaps more importantly, leaders among our allies. Ladies and gentlemen, one of those great allies is spontaneously joining us tonight. He has emerged and revealed himself as a true partner to the people of New York and to the Jewish people, both within this city and without. A man who visits the Lubavitcher Rebbe's Ohel and on his spare time leads this great city. Thank you for being here and all you do. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mayor Eric Adams.
Don't want to disrupt your program, but I wanted to make sure I made my way here to Chabad Young Professionals. And And you know, this has been the most difficult 15 months of my entire life. And the only solitude that I had was going out to the community I grew up in out in Queens. And I would go visit the Grand Rabbi. And I would just hear him, and I would stop by Ari Habestan's, Devorah's son's gravesite also. I would write a note, and I would tear it up and throw it inside. And it just allowed me to get up every day with the North Star of just fighting on behalf of the city in general, but specifically fighting the anti-Semitism that has engulfed our entire country and entire globe. And I'm not among the others. There's a deafening silence that it is inexcusable. I'm not those that try to use theoretical terminologies. I'm not those who try to find reasons for behavior. I'm not among the group that is trying to seek understanding. I am just a simple guy. Bring home the hostages and destroy Hamas. That's it. That's it. You don't have to be complicated with this. And you do an analysis of every struggle, and I say this over and over again, every struggle that every group has had, the Jewish community has been there. No matter what the fight, if it was marching with Dr. King, if it was building schools in the Deep South when segregation was pervasive and real, if it was going to Haiti, Israel was the first country to go to Haiti during the earthquake and hurricane. You have a consistent record of showing up to help those who are in need. Where the heck are your allies now? Why are they silent now? Where are those who have stated that they appreciate you being next to them? If what was happening to other communities, what is happening to you, you would see every newspaper, every group rallying. The hidden hatred and anti-Semitism that's pervasive, not only in actions but in thought. We have to face it head on. This is not going to go away if we don't meet it head on. And we need the young professionals to stand up and reach out to your colleagues. You know who they are. We need the Jewish leaders in the city council, in the state senate, in Congress, in the assembly. They should be leading this voice in this fight. They should be leading this voice in this fight. And all I can say to you, I'm going to do my job. And when people came to me last year and stated that we should stop the Israeli Day parade from taking place out of fear, not while I am the mayor. We will not run from hatred. We will not give in to hatred. We will never surrender, never surrender. And so I want you to know, as the mayor of the city with the largest Jewish population outside of Israel, if you can't be safe here, if you have to take off your yarmulke before getting on the train, or hide in your Star of David, or being afraid to walk in your synagogue, or be concerned when your babies go to your yeshivas, if you can't be safe in this city then there's no place you could be safe on the globe. It starts here in New York, and the police department will ensure that we're going to do our job. And we know it's challenging, but I want to give you to our young professionals 3 things. 1, go after the social media platforms that's helping to feed this hate that we're seeing. 2, make sure that we build our relationships out. Lean into the pleasure of discomfort and hold breaking bread, building bonds, communications, so that we can meet and interact with other groups to shatter the stereotype that many people attempt to put out there. And 3, the president was right when he took hundreds of millions of dollars from Columbia University and how we continue. Our Ivy League institutions have become feeding grounds for anti-American and anti-Semitism, and we have to be honest about that and stop ignoring that. We can't continue to feed the pipeline of hatred in our prestigious Ivy League institutions, and we cannot be ashamed to say it. That's what it's going to take. The message must be clear. You don't use taxpayers' dollars to feed hate of any kind. And so I thank you for allowing me to come here. This community has been supportive of me from my days of being a state senator. I wore a bulletproof vest protecting the children and families of this city, and it doesn't matter. Hatred has no place to live in New York City. God bless you. God continue to protect you.
Come on, everybody. עם ישראל חי, אם לא נשכח תמיד להיות מאוחדים. עם ישראל חי, בעליות, בירידות, גם בשעות הכי קשות. הקדוש ברוך הוא שומר. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. כי אין לנו עוד מדינה. יעשה שלום בינינו, שמור על ילדינו, כי לא עבדה האמונה. Come on everyone. עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי. עם ישראל חי. בקרוב תזרח השמש, דיימים יפים אלה, הלב נמלא בדאגות. כולם יחזרו הביתה, נחכה להם למטה, הלוואי נדע בשורות טובות. גם הנצח לעולם לא מפחד, אפילו כשקשה לראות. כולם ביחד, אף אחד פה לא בודד, שישרפו המלחמות. עם ישראל חי, everybody hands up. לא נשכח תמיד להיות מאוחדים. עם ישראל חי, בעליות, בירידות, גם בשעות הכי קשות. הקדוש ברוך הוא שומר, הוא יכול עלינו, כי אין לנו עוד מדינה. יעשה שלום בינינו, שמור על חיילינו, כי לא עבדה האמונה. you. עם ישראל, עם ישראל. עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו. עם ישראל חי, עם ישראל חי, עם ישראל. עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו. עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו. שמור עלינו כמו ילדים, שמור ואל תעזור. תן לנו אור ושמחה נעורים, תן לנו כוח עוד ועוד. שמור עלינו כמו ילדים, שמור ואל תעזור. תן לנו אור ושמחה נעורים, תן לנו גם לאור. הוא היושב לא ישן במרומים, הוא הרופא כל חולים, הוא הנותן רוב שמחה לילדים, הוא העושה משפטים, הוא בשמיים והוא היחיד, הוא הגדול הנורא, הוא השומר עלינו מיץ. I want to hear you, Chabad, young professionals, come on. אלוה כולם. שמור עלינו כמו ילדים, שמור ואל תעזור. תן לנו אור ושמחה נעורים, תן לנו כוח עוד ועוד. שמור עלינו כמו ילדים, שמור ואל תעזור. תן לנו אור ושמחה נעורים, תן לנו גם תל אביב, יא חביבי תל אביב. תסתכל כמה לירדים מסביב עושים לי בלילה, וסחטן על יאנג פרופשיונל. תל אביב יחד, תסתכל כמה לירדים עושים לי בלילה, וסחטן על תל אביב. והשם יתברך תמיד אוהב אותי, ותמיד יהיה לי רק טוב. השם יתברך, השם is always loves me, ותמיד יהיה לי רק טוב. ויהיה לי עוד יותר טוב, ועוד יותר טוב, עוד יותר טוב, עוד יותר טוב, ועוד יותר טוב, ועוד יותר טוב, ותמיד יהיה לי. One more time, חב"ד, come on. השם יתברך, I want to hear you. Always better and better and better. השם יתברך, ותמיד יהיה לי רע, ויהיה לי עוד יותר טוב, ועוד יותר טוב, עוד יותר טוב, עוד יותר טוב, ועוד יותר, ועוד יותר, ותמיד יהיה לי מחשבות טובות, אינטלידם, ודיבורים טובים, ומחשבות טובות, דיבורים טובים, אינטלידי, תגידם בם בם, יאללה לה, אינטלידי, אינטלידם בם בם, אוי, אינטלידי, ימבידי בם בם בם, אוי, אינטלידי, ימבידי בם בם בם, אינטלידי, יאי, 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 אוי, אינטלידי בם, אינטלידם בם בם, אוי, אינטלידי, אוי, אינטלידי, ימבידי בם בם בם, אינטלידי, יאי, 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 יאי. Come on, everybody, there. Bidi bum bum bum, ya da di dum bum bum. Come on, everybody, I want to see your right hand. Chabad young professionals, you are the future of the Jewish people. You are the future of the Jewish people, guys. We love you so much. Oh, digi dum bum bum, bidi bum bum bum. Oh, digi dum bum. Oh, digi dum bum bum, bidi bum bum bum. Didi da, ya, ya, ya. Oh. חי, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו. עם ישראל חי, עם ישראל, עם ישראל. אוי, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו חי, עוד אבינו, עוד אבינו. Bam bam, thank you Hashem. Ay didam bam bam, thank you Hashem. Ay didam bam bam, thank you Hashem. Thank you Hashem. One more time. Ay didam bam bam. I want to hear you. Ay didam da da. Now you. Oh, ay didam bam bam. Thank you Hashem. Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch, Le'olam Va'ed. Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch, Le'olam. Halel Hashem Elokim, Hagadlenu betoda. Halel Hashem Elokim, Hagadlenu betoda. Ve'yud ve'hem, ve'vav ve'hem. Hashem Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch, Le'olam Va'ed. Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch, Le'olam Va'ed. This is for the soldiers, guys. After we served with my friends, the paratrooper battalion, in Lebanon, 250 days, the most beautiful song of the soldiers. גם בשעות החשוכות של הלילה, תמיד יהיה כוכב קטן שיעיר לך את עצמך, את הדרך הביתה. תמיד זה הכי חשוך לפני הזריחה. מיליון רכבות דוהרות עד אוסטרליה, לחפש רחוק את מה שנמצא לך. מתחת לאף כל מכשול זה מדליה, קם ונופל אבל הדרך שלך. המשפחה, חברים, אולי לצאת לבילויים, שיחות עמוקות, שיחות של הנפש בלילה. להתמודד עם שינויים, ההרגלים הישנים, הנשמה במלחמה עם הקרבה. עוד יבואו ימים טובים, אני מבטיח. עוד יבואו ימים טובים. חב"ד יאנג פרופשיונלס, גם בשעה. תמיד יהיה כוכב קטן שיעיר לך את עצמך, את הדרך הביתה. תמיד זה הכי חשוב לפני הזריחה. מיליון רכבות דוהרות עד אוסטרליה, תחפש רחוק את מה שנמצא לך. מכשול זה מדליה, קם ונופל אבל הדרך שלך. להתמודד עם שינויים, לקפוץ למים עמוקים, לשחות עד החוף, להגיע לסוף עד הלילה. להאזין גם לשירים, כי זמרים הם הרופאים הכי טובים שיש למדע להציע. עוד יבואו ימים טובים, אני מבטיח. עוד יבואו ימים טובים, גם בשעות החשוכות של הלילה. תמיד יהיה כוכב קטן שיעיר לך את עצמך, את הדרך הביתה. לייבל, תמיד זה הכי חשוך מהזריחה. מיליון רכבות דוהרות עד אוסטרליה, לחפש רחוק את מה שנמצא לך. מתחת לאף, כל מכשול זה מדליה, קם ונופל אבל ורק אתה יכול להפוך מספדי למחול, לזכך את החול, לרפא בי הכל. ורק אתה מבין איך לגשת ללב שלי, לשקר כל כאב שבי, ברפא את הלב. וואו 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 Chabad Young Professionals, you are amazing. הלב שלי נקרא לשניים, מה שלא ראתה שפחה למים, כמו סופה מן הים, כמו תופעה של מרים, אין תרופה בעולם. הלב שלי מרים ידיים, לא עומד על המקניים, שבר כלי של ממש, השמיים מלים, חיבור בתוך הים, ביבשה. Sing with me, Chabad Young Professionals, come on. ורק אתה יכול להפוך למחול, לזכך את החול, לרפא בי הכל. ורק אתה מבין איך לגשת ללב שלי, משכך כל כאב שבי, מרפא את הלב. ורק אתה את החול, ברי הכל. ורק אתה מבין גשת ללב, משכך כל כאב שבי, מרפא את הלב. לה 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 לה. אתה יכול להפוך מספדי למחול, לזכך את החול, לרפא בי הכל. ורק אתה מבין גשת ללב שלי, לשכך כל כאב שבי, מרפא את הלב. וואו וואו וואו. שיר למעלות, אשא עיניים אל ההרים, מאין יבוא 20 עם השם עושה שמיים בארץ, אל יתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומריך. הנה לא ינום ולא ישן שומר ישראל, השם שומרך, השם צמך על יד ימינך. מה השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך, מעתה ועד עולם. למה לא אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי? עזרי מאימה שעושה שמיים בארץ, אל יתן לעמוד רגליך, אל ינום שומרך. על יד ימינך, ומה בשמש לא יכה כאן, וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך, מעתה ועד עולם. ועד עולם.
Tonight, we have gathered to build. Like countless Jewish institutions across the globe, Chabad Young Professionals is inspired by the Rebbe's leadership and vision. Together, we are poised for growth.
As this is a site, es living is to build, and especially to build in the realm of Yiddishkeit. That is a special goal of every Jew, and especially of a Jew who has special needs. Und bei das zusammenreden sich mit den Schluchen bei, und nicht, das soll sein als Sponsor von dem Schlier, das sein beide zusammen ein Partner, bis beide zusammen ein Partnership, ein nehmliche Partnership, was nimmt durch alle Möglichkeiten und einer sind von nichts tun, bemächtigt von dem Jahr, und was früher als besser ist, die alle Activities sollen getan werden, darf in einem eigenen Building, mehr darf ein Käufmann ein Building, und die Activities verbunden mit Tätigkeit verdienen, also sie sollen getan werden in Covid, in einem Neffen, in einem eigenen Building, und in einem Building, wo das Building allein soll sein eine Challenge. Aber es soll dann noch mehr, und wie gesagt, nicht auflegen, dass auf Schlier, der Schlier hat genug Trouble in seinen Activities. Und die Trouble von schaffen Geld und finden den Building und kaufen ihn. Und dann noch, da man darf noch haben, modernisieren. Wir können jetzt übersehen, da sein größere München. Also das wird getan werden durch Sochrim, wird das getan werden besser wie durch ein Schlier, ein Battler. Es hat gelernt in der Yeshiva. Man schenkt, dass das wird getan werden durch ein successful Seicher, was hat schon gehabt, mehrere Jahre Experience, was ihm macht Geld und Riker, was ihm nutzt Geld auf einen guten Neffen. Und das ist meine Proposition, also sein der Goal von dem neuen, von dem mystischen Jahr in einem Neffen, an jeder Ort soll haben einen eigenen Building.
We felt it. On a Friday night, packed shoulder to shoulder, no room to sit, yet no one wanting to leave. At a Torah class that turned into deep conversation, over a challah, a laugh, a quiet moment that made us feel seen. We didn't need a building to become a community. We already were one. We built this with heart, with presence, with showing up for each other again and again. But now, it's time. Time for a space that reflects what we've created together. A home, not a rental, not another makeshift solution. A place that says boldly, you belong here. This isn't the Rabbi and Rebbitzon's vision. It's not someone else's responsibility. It's ours. It belongs to everyone who's ever come seeking connection and discovering something authentic. To every conversation that stretched late into the night. To every moment that reminded us of our shared identity. We've already built the soul of this community. Now we build the space to hold it. Not just a center, not just doors and walls, but a foundation for generations, for thousands more to find what we've found. And it won't happen without us. This is our moment. Let's build it together.
L'chaim. Home. What is a home? When we all dream about building a home with our loved ones, what is that home? I don't mean the physical structure, a bunch of rooms connected by hallways and doors under a roof. That's a house. But what is the ephemeral thing that we call a home? Well, let's see. A home provides us shelter. It provides us security. It gives us comfort. A home, it has particular sounds, special aromas, perhaps a color scheme, a look, a feel, an aesthetic, a rhythm that is totally uniquely to it. A home contains our traditions and our memories. It's the place we miss when we're far and return to when we're near. Our homes reflect our personality and the values of those who reside in them. So, all of these are indeed ingredients that are found in a home, that contribute and they reflect our home. But what defines a home? What lies at its core? What is its very essence? I think when we think of a home, many of us imagine the warmth of being loved, cared for, nurtured. It's the safety of knowing that no matter what happens outside these walls, inside you are accepted, no matter what. Above all, a home is unique and a special place where we love and we are loved, where we nurture and we are nurtured unconditionally. Dear friends, this communal home that we are building together in this crazy city of ours is a place where no one is ever a number or another statistic. It is a place where every single person matters, where everyone is valued, and each person has a crucial role to play. Yes, in this home, we will experience deep conversation, great food, even better drink, beautiful people, serious learning, Shabbats, holidays, lectures, and in fact, because of the new space we're going to build together, we're going to have many more activities than we've ever had before. But first and foremost, before, during, and after all else,
The secret sauce that goes into every single inch, every brick, every single thing that we will do at the Chabad YP Townhouse is pure, unbridled, unconditional love. The Rebbe blessed our generation, and he guided us, each and every one of us, in this room and beyond. He took ordinary people like you and me, with all of our insecurities, our hang-ups, our anxiety, our egos, and he swept us up in a love so unconditional, so real, the likes of which the world has never before experienced. The Rebbe urged us all to think beyond ourselves, to appreciate that it's not about us, but it's about the other. What we are building together tonight is a home, an edifice of unconditional love and nurturing. Every inch of physical space, every program, every interaction is saturated with this love. Speaking of love, during the past few months, leading up to this truly historic evening, Perel and I have been the lucky recipients of so much love. Starting with our honorees tonight, thank you. Joe, Shaun and Liana, Adam, the Jewish people and the world owe you a debt of gratitude for stepping forward and showing the way. Thank you for sharing your voices, your resources, your courage, and your care with us all. Talk about youthful leadership. Look at our honorees tonight, Chabad young professionals. To our dinner chairs, what can I say? Wow. We are simply blown away. We've been speaking about this and dreaming of this for years, but who could have imagined that it would result in this? Mark and Ashley, Michael and Sarah, Shaya and Mandy, Brad and Maeva, Jack. The endless hours, the ceaseless efforts, the sleepless nights, Perel and I and the entire community thank you from the bottom of our hearts. To the Gala committee, the phone calls, putting yourself out there, reaching out to your friends, your colleagues, your bosses. Now that is love. A special shout out to Daniel, to Amanda, to Matt, to Ben, to Claudia, and all of you. Thank you. And to our dear parents, to Bubby and Zadie, to Rabbi and Rebbe Metzger of Chabad of Midtown, thank you for literally getting us here. Each one of you here tonight is an integral part of the Chabad YP mission and family. Mayor Adams spoke earlier with rousing approval about the state of the Jewish people, about the state we find ourselves in. And he offered 3 suggestions, and I have a 4th. And that 4th suggestion, I think, is the one that's really going to take us over the edge. When students at Columbia, at Stanford, at Yale, at Harvard, when they face a mob screaming at them, looking at them, jeering them, telling them where they can and cannot go, who they can and cannot be, unfortunately, 80–90% of them hide, they shy away. It is our job here tonight. We need to tell Jews why and what we are, who we are, what our traditions are about, the values that we stand for, the joy that we bring to the world, the change that we bring to the world. We need to tell Jews not only why they are, not only should we be anti-Semites, but we need to be joyful Jews. We need to be pro-Jews. We need to teach Jews what it means to be a Jew, what we're all about. investing in the greatest city in the world, in the greatest people in the world, in the greatest community in the world, is the best possible investment you can make to make sure that the Jewish people remain proud, remain strong, and continue forever. So tonight I want to ask you to please join us, to reach a little deeper, aim a little higher, and let's make this home a reality. L'chaim, l'chaim.
When the world fell silent, Shaun and Liana Maguire raised their voices. As a partner at Sequoia Capital, Shaun helped shape the future of technology with investments in SpaceX, The Boring Company, and XAI. But at his core, he has always stood for values. In the wake of October 7th, when others hesitated, Shaun and Liana spoke out, boldly, clearly, and without apology. Their courage inspired students, professionals, and an entire generation to stand tall as proud Jews. For their clarity, conviction, and unwavering support for America, Israel, and the Jewish people, Chabad Young Professionals is proud to present Shaun and Liana Maguire with the Hero of Israel Award.
It is our distinct privilege to honor Liana and Shaun. And once again, I would like to read from the inscription. The Hero of Israel Award. It is our honor to present to Shaun and Liana Maguire, Kos Shel Bracha, the cup of blessing, V'harikosi lachem bracha ad bli dai. May the cup of your blessing overflow without measure, without limit. March 25th, 2025, the 25th of Adar, with love and admiration, Chabad Young Professionals.
All right, we're gonna try to keep you all entertained. Shalom, New York, what's up? Manishma. This is an extemporaneous speech, which are the most entertaining. Thrilled to be up here. F. Scott Fitzgerald has this quote that sign of first-rate intelligence is being able to hold simultaneously competing ideas in your head and still maintain the ability to function. I've always looked up to that quote, and I try to hold different ideas in my head. And so, to be honest, on the one hand, I'm an extreme capitalist, like Joe up there. But on the other hand, I'm kind of a kibutznik, and I view myself as just one of this large group of amazing people. And it's awkward for me to come up here. This is not, it's not how I normally function or what I would choose. After October 7th, I didn't want to be loud. It's better to be quiet and private, but I felt like I had something to say and kind of a moral obligation to speak up. Going into that, there's a bunch of things that were happening in the background. One is, and it's really funny to be here with Adam and Joe, because Adam is one of my best friends, Dean Meyer, who I work with at Sequoia, one of my partners, is Dean's best friend. And Joe is someone that I've known for quite a while. He started Palantir, the leading defense tech company of the last 20 years. And I started like a little sister company after called Expanse. It was originally called Cadium, but we were kind of the second defense tech company in Silicon Valley after them, and not as successful, but still pretty successful. But it's a power law. They're 2 orders of magnitude more successful. But I've known Joe and I've looked up to Joe for a long time, and it's really funny to be here with these groups of people. But something I have in common with Joe is we're both insanely curious. And my entire life, I've really just been trying to understand everything possible that I can about the world, and that's everything from theoretical physics, where I have a PhD in quantum gravity from Caltech, to anti-Semitism, to the global economy, and really everything. And on anti-Semitism, I took it to a pretty extreme length. And one aspect of that is, and I've talked about this a couple times, but not too many times, I've been to over 100 countries, and I've been to over 30 Muslim majority countries. And I went with just genuine curiosity, really just trying to understand, what is this other culture? Where do people come from? What do they think of the Jews? All of this. And I would really try to immerse myself to the point that I've probably been to 7 or 8 Muslim countries during Ramadan. I would fast during the day, go to mosque at night, literally break bread with people, not reveal I'm a Jew. This is part of the power of being a stealth Jew, of having the last name Maguire. People thought I was Irish, and therefore I was welcomed. But really, I was just trying to learn. And truly, from this approach of having this context around how I think the world works, and really understanding kind of the tactics that are at play. When October 7th happened, I happened to be in a position where I had sold a company, and therefore if I got fired, I was okay with that. But I also felt like I kind of understood what was going to happen next. To be very honest, and if you go back to my Twitter, I literally started tweeting at Chabad on October 6th, within 20 minutes of rocket alert starting in Israel on October 7th. And in the first couple days, I think I provided a lot of context of what was going to come and what was going to be misperceived. And I just, to everyone here, we're really at a crossroads moment in history, in so many different ways, in basically every way. And in my opinion, in a more profound way than has happened in many decades, maybe ever. We're at a crossroads in technology. I think that's pretty obvious, but I'm not sure everyone is aware of how profound this is going to be. If you look back at the Industrial Revolution and what happened with steam engines and moving people from, subsistence farming and 80% of humans being farmers to working in factories and moving into cities, it was a revolution in humanity. I believe that AI and then afterwards automation will do something similar. We're kind of at a crossover point between America and the East, and America has absolutely dominated the last, post-World War II era, and I deeply hope we dominate into the future, but our advantage is not as strong as it was, in the 90s. We've basically been depleting that advantage ever since. And so whenever you get powers that are closer to parity, this is usually when Jews have struggled in the world. If you look at almost any major incident of anti-Semitism at any point in history, almost all of them have as a backdrop major change. And people talk about Jews being the canary in the coal mine. But on the other hand, as I said in the beginning, you have to hold competing ideas in tension. I'm an unbelievable optimist. I really deeply believe in America. I believe in the West. I believe in Israel. I believe in all of us. I believe in Judaism. And I think that if we play our cards right the next decade, I think we're going to come out of this in a literal renaissance. But I don't think we can take that for granted. If you look at the past of anti-Semitism, it's pretty deeply coupled to the state of an economy somewhere, and even bigger, the state of an empire. I think one of the best things we can all do for multiple reasons is to fight for America, fight for the American economy, try to keep this country very strong. A strong, thriving economy doesn't leave much space for people to blame the Jews. And I think it also protects this amazing liberal order that we've had. And I don't mean liberal, I mean Western values, liberal ideals, freedom and democracy. I think that these are precious things that we can easily lose if we don't continue to fight for them. So anyways, after October 7th, I was in a position to speak up. I've been doing it ever since. People disagree with me all the time. I'm happy to debate specifics. But I think that I don't want to sugarcoat things. I think that things are more precarious than they've been in our lifetimes. And I think that we all need to recognize that and actually get involved. You need to fight for America. You need to try to make the economy better. You need to support Israel. You need to give to causes that matter. You need to try to raise children that know history. History is literally being rewritten before our eyes in a way that was never possible before. Before you would have a book that was written in the past and you could burn the book, but it's hard to rewrite the book. We live in a world with Wikipedia where you can get you can have something that's been on the page of Wikipedia for years, and you can get a mob of people that go and edit the page, and that now becomes the de facto truth. And sure, you can look back, but it's just so much easier to do this, and you can enhance this with mobs of people, you can enhance this with AI. Literally, history is being rewritten before our eyes. We have to teach our kids history. We have to teach them the Jewish history. And I would say that a mistake that I think a lot of people make is they try to approach things only from the Jewish perspective. I think that's something that Joe and I have in common that is not, I don't think it's an accident that the two of us became two of the most outspoken people after October 7th, and that we both have mixed heritage. Both of our moms are Jewish and our dads were not. And for me, this gave me this powerful vantage point and empathy my whole life of trying to understand different perspectives. And I would encourage everyone here, the things that have been working in the past, we're entering a new era where we have to be more on our toes, more on our game. We have to know history. We have to know that things are being used against us and anticipating that. And really just understand that if we don't stick together, things are not going to go well. So anyways, I'm sorry for such a dreary statements. I'll go to a little bit of optimism, and I'll say on Israel, I've never been more optimistic about Israel. I understand that there's an incredibly challenging political environment internally right now. They have a deep state just like we do. They are in the middle of a war. Their economy is struggling as a result. A lot of people are unemployed. People are coming out of the army in debt. But if you look through the arc of history, when Israel was created, they didn't make anything themselves. They were utterly reliant on the outside world. Today, Israel is an energy exporter in the region, a water exporter in the region. They probably make 80 to 90% of the weapon systems they need. They're producing whizzes and I think much bigger companies in the future. Anyways, the country's getting to the point where it literally stands on its own 2 feet. It's exporting the most important cyber weapons in the world. This is a big part of why the Abraham Accords happened behind the scenes. I have extreme optimism that things are going to work out in Israel, and I also have extreme optimism that things are going to work out here in America. I think that all of this is happening in a moment where things aren't too late at all. And with some of the political things happening right now, I think it's very easy to read the media and assume the worst or assume bad intent. Joe and I both know Elon. I've gotten to see up close and personal with Doge, and it's been deeply politicized. But whatever you think of the people, I think what they're trying to do is heroic. They're literally trying to balance. They're literally trying to balance the American budget, and unfortunately, that requires a lot of very hard decisions and trade-offs, and even some good causes that get cut temporarily or maybe even permanently. But if we do this right, it's literally going to lead to a resilient America at the same time that we have a thriving, strong Israel. And I think that can literally lead to an American and Western renaissance, and I think the Jewish people will absolutely thrive in that situation. But if we don't get this right, if we continue with the status quo, if we go the way of Europe, if we let socialism rise up, if we think that all cultures are the same, things are not going to end well for the Jews here. And so now is the time to fight. It's one of the most important moments in history. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the honor, and it's great to be here.
Hi, everyone. I wasn't planning to speak tonight, but I thought it's so important to say thank you to Chabad. Our son goes to a Chabad preschool in West Hollywood, and part of the reason Shaun and I made that decision is because it's so important for people to be raised with the understanding of who they are. My story is not unlike probably everyone in this room. My parents fled Iran when they were young because of religious persecution, and I'm sure that 99% of the people in this room had a similar story 1 or 2 generations ago. Shaun and I very much feel that it's our time to fight so that that does not repeat itself in one of the greatest countries that have ever existed, the United States of America. And here we get to enjoy this incredible freedom, but only if we fight for it. And that only starts with knowing who you are and being able to stand up for yourself. And thank God. And thank God there are organizations like this to bring people together and to allow us to have the confidence to know who we are and take pride in our authentic and joyful Judaism. So thank you.
Some leaders speak of values. Joe Lonsdale lives them. From his early days at the Stanford Review to founding Palantir Technologies and the University at Austin, Joe embodies conviction and innovation. Joe has launched companies that shape our world and future. But it's his unwavering support for America, for Israel, and for the Jewish people that we honor tonight. When others were silent, he spoke out. With clarity, with courage. A proud voice for freedom, truth, and the values we hold dear reminds us that leadership means standing tall when it matters most. Tonight, we proudly present him with the Lion of Judah Award.
It is our distinct honor to present Joe Lonsdale with the Lion of Judah Award. Woo! May you be blessed with overflowing blessing from that large goblet for the rest till 120.
Amazing. Thank you very much. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to use that on Shabbat or not, but it might be a little bit much. It depends on how good the wine is. Yeah, I'm honored to accept this award from Chabad, guys. Thanks for having me. This is an institution that has quietly shaped more Jewish lives around the world than any other movement in the last century. And without Chabad, the Jewish people would be as fragmented and as scattered as we were in exile for centuries. But because of Chabad, we're more connected, more united, more courageous than we've been in generations. My wife wanted to be here. We just had our sixth child at home. We have 6 little kids. I was just checking in with her. She was texting me a picture of our 7, 6, and 4-year-old having pillow fights at home, which is very cute. I told her I haven't been to a lot of Chabad events. I'm pretty sure the pillow fights after my speech. Am I supposed to tell Jewish jokes on this? I don't know what's appropriate. We're having. I grew up Reform, and moving towards a lot more religious recently. And I really admire Chabad and what it does and what it stands for. One of my favorite jokes more recently, based on what's going on in my life, is you have Yitz and his son Moshe, and Moshe's dating a non-Jewish girl, and it's just like, Moshe, you can't marry a shiksa, she's gonna mess everything up. And he says, no, Dad, it's gonna be great. And so later they're married, and they're at Shabbat dinner, and it's beautiful, and it's all perfect. And Yitz says, well, Moshe, tomorrow we're going in, to the office as we do the first Saturday of every month. We're gonna do the books, we're gonna get it all cleaned up. And he says, Dad, my wife says we have to go to shul tomorrow. And he says, see, I told you, Moshe, she'd screw everything up. And so that's what's going on with me. Actually, Taylor's doing an Orthodox conversion, and we're everything's going really well there. But I want to say Chabad really is a force for Achdut. It's a force for Jewish unity. Wherever you go, I'm just amazed. Some remote town, a foreign city, even multiple war zones around the world, Chabad's already there. It's connecting us and the rest of our people. And this unwavering commitment of Chabad to being present, to showing up fully for our people, no matter the circumstance, it embodies what true courage looks like. And the unity has never been more crucial than today, when ancient libels about Jews, unfortunately, really are kind of re-entering the mainstream discourse. A lot of conspiracy theories we thought were basically banished after World War II are finding new audiences on social media, on popular platforms. And when people talk about courage in my world, they usually mean going against the grain, something about challenging groupthink or starting something new or investing in hard problems others dismiss. But, and obviously I've done some of those things. But to be honest, I was only able to do those things because we had inspiring and courageous people around me who set the example for me that I watched. And I'll say the thing I'm most proud of is when someone tells me that some of my actions or my voice has somehow helped them find their own voice, their courage of conviction, to build or fight and stand up when it matters. And so I think inspiring others means more than anything else we could do ourselves. And that's how strength multiplies. It's how we win. It's one reason why my wife Taylor and I, we founded Hadar Classical Academy in Austin. We're building a school grounded in Torah and discipline, in American ideals, grounded in Zionism. And we're trying to raise young Jews to be spiritually resilient, intellectually curious, and physically tough. We want them to know where they came from, to understand both the covenant and the Constitution, and to see themselves not just as individuals, but as links in a chain of Jewish greatness and American duty. And it's like most of my mission-based endeavors, it's not easy, but that's the point. Nothing worth building is easy, especially not in our culture right now that's often rewarding victimhood over virtue and cynicism over the drive to improve the world. The world doesn't need more cynics, it needs more builders, more truth tellers, more people of strength, and grounded in eternal principles. And I want to end with that's why I really admire Chabad, because at Chabad you build, you don't wait for the culture to change, you shape it. You don't whine about what's wrong, you guys create what's right. And that's what I want to challenge all of us to do tonight, especially the young leaders here. Don't wait to be asked. I think following in this, being awarded this alongside Shaun, alongside Adam, these are awesome young leaders. They didn't wait for someone else to step up. They weren't afraid to be visible, to be strong, and to be principled. And the world needs more proud, courageous Jews right now. Not in secret, not in silence, but right now. Awesome. All right. Thank you guys very much for this honor.
Well, my speech is gone, so I get to ad-lib. Everybody has candles on their table. There are a few candles scattered through on the table. The Jewish people are known as Ki'ish Echad Belev Echad, like one person, like one body, with one heart. And tonight, even in our peak of joy, in our peak of happiness, our hearts and minds are with our brothers and sisters in the land of Israel. I invite you to light your candles, raise it up. Together we will sing a song of prayer for the release of our hostages still held in the tunnels of hell. May our united voice pierce the heavens and finally bring them home.
Everybody please rise and sing with us together. This is for the hostages, for the soldiers. Acheinu kol ישראל הנתונים בצרה ובשביה, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. אחינו כל בית ישראל, אחינו כל בית ישראל הנתונים בצרה ובשביה, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם עליהם ויוציאם מצרה לרווחה, ומאפל עלי אורה ומשיבוד לגאולה, השתם בגלה ובזמן קריב. Chabad young professionals know you. המקום, just you. Beautiful. ומאפל עלי אורה ומשיבוד לגאולה, השתם בגלה ובזמן קריב. המקום ירחם עליהם ויוציאם מצרה לרווחה, ומאפל עלי אורה ומשיבוד לגאולה, השתם בגלה. I want to ask for you guys, my friend Tal Chaimi, he is still there in Gaza. We served together 20 years ago, and unfortunately he got murdered on October 7, but his body is still there. And he has a new baby girl that was born while he was there. I want us, all of us together, to sing it one more time. Hamakom Yerachem Alehem. We want to see them coming back, lives and the bodies. Let's do it again. Hamakom Yerachem. This is for Ella, his wife. ירחם עליהם ויוציאם מצרה לרווחה, ומאפל עלי אורה משיבוד לגאולה, השתה בגלה ובזמן And guys, now this is the time to dance, to sing. You know, I want to say the last thing. The enemy thought that they can kill us, but one thing they will never do. They will never break this beautiful spirit of the Jewish people. They will never defeat the Jewish people, guys, as long as we are all together. Let's dance together, come on. והעיקר, לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. העיקר, לא לפחד. One more time, guys, we're gonna rock this room. This is for the soldiers, for you guys, for all Am Israel, for every Jew. העיקר, come on, I want to see you. Hands up, hands up, hands up. You can jump. One more time, up. Come on, Chabad, young professional. This is the time to dance, to joy. והעיקר, לא לפחד כלל, בכל מקום, כל הזמן, יש לכולנו מגדול ועד קטן, ימים יפים וגם פחות, וביניהם תשובה לכל השאלות. יש אלוקים אחד גדול, ובעולם הזה נותן לנו הכל. Come on guys, come on, hands up, hands up, show the חיילים, show the soldiers, יולה. אנחנו רק צריכים לזכור, וזה ידוע, חיים במתנה, הכל צפוי והרשות נתונה. 1, 2, 3 מי שמאמין לא מפחד את האמונה לאבד, ולנו יש את מלך העולם והוא שומר אותנו מכולם. מי שמאמין לא מפחד. רבי שמוטניק, רבי, come on. לנו יש את מלך come on והוא שומר אותנו העם הזה כמו משפחה, אחד ועוד אחד זה סוד ההצלחה. עם ישראל לא מפחד, תמיד על המפה אנחנו נשאר, וזה ידוע, חיים במתנה. Are you ready? הכל צפוי והרשות נתונה. You gonna sing with me? 1, 2, 3 שמאמין לא מפחד את האמונה לאבד. Come on jump, יא חב"ד young professionals. העולם והוא שומר אותנו. 1, 2, one more time. מי שמאמין לא מפחד. Come on guys. את האמונה לאבד, ולנו יש את מלך העולם והוא שומר. Guys, hands up, 1, 2, 3 whoa, ay, now me, whoa, now you, ay, come on guys, come on, whoa, that's the way we celebrate the Jewish pride. Ay, whoa, come on guys. Ay, ay. עם ישראל לא מפחד, השם אלוקיך אשר איתך. עם ישראל לא מפחד, השם אלוקינו השם אחד. לפחד להלבד, העיקר והעיקר לא לפחד, והעיקר. Guys, look at you. Guys, this is the future of the Jewish people. I want to see hands up. Come on. לא לפחד. כל העולם הוא גשר צר, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, ומלמעלה הוא שומר, צר ואויב לא יתקרב. אך לך עם אחד, ישראל זה עם אחד, ומלמעלה הוא שומר, שומר ישראל. עם ישראל, come on, jump. השם אלוקינו, עם ישראל לא מפחד, השם אלוקינו. One more time. עם ישראל לא מפחד, השם אלוקיך הולך. עם ישראל לא מפחד, השם אלוקיך. יש תקווה אם נשיר כולנו יחד, יש אמונה חזקה מכל עם. לא ניפול, לא נירא, כי אנחנו לא לבד, יש לנו השם אחד, יש תקווה. ותמיד יהיה לי רק, ויהיה לי עוד יותר טוב, ועוד יותר טוב, ועוד יותר טוב, Chabad, young professional, you're the best, תמיד יהיה לי רק טוב, עוד יותר טוב, ועוד יותר טוב, ועוד יותר טוב, עוד יותר טוב, ותמיד יהיה לי. אנחנו מאמינים ומאמינים, ואין לנו על מי להישען, אלא ישראל, ישראל. איזה יופי. אנחנו מאמינים ומאמינים, ואין לנו על מי להישען, אלא על אבינו שבשמיים. שמעתי שעושים פה מסיבה בלעדיי, אף אחד לא עושה את זה יותר טוב ממני. היי, תשים את הצרות, Chabad young professional, I wanna see hands up, כולכם מג'ונים. היי, שמעתי שהתחלתם בלעדיי, אף אחד לא עושה את זה. היי, הראש כבר מסתובב, כולם בהיי, לא נעצור עד שכולכם קהל, תרים אותי. הם לא רוקדים בכלל, הקצב פה עולה. מהפכה של שמחה, כי כולנו משפחה, ונרקוד בטירוף בגלל. ועכשיו רק שמחה ושקיעה, השתגענו מודים עם שוטים. Are you ready, guys? Back, pull up. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Now you. Now me. Oh. Oh, yo, 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 yo. היידה ישראל חי. אלוקים, אלוקים, רק תשמור על חיה. לך אוהבים שתמיד יהיה בריאים. אלוקים, רק תשמור על הילדים, תכוון אוהבים שתמיד. מהפכה של שמחה, הגיע הזמן שם משקיעה לאט, השתגענו. אוי, 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 now you, now me, oh, now you, אוי, 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 אוי. One day, one day, one day.
Please clear the stage. Please clear the stage. Please clear the stage. Please come dance on the floor. Please come dance on the floor. Please clear the stage. Please come down from the stage and dance on the floor.
עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי. עם ישראל, עם ישראל. עוד אבינו חי.
One, two. Please, what? Please, hello, one. One, two. Please clear the stage.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, bi-ya-da-da-da, oh, oh. עבדו את השם בשמחה, עבדו את השם בשמחה, בוא לפניו ברננה, לפניו ברננה, עבדו את השם בשמחה. היי די די דה די די דה דה די, היי די די דה 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 די, די די דה 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 די, דה 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 די, אוי בידי בא בידי בא בידי ביי. ישראל יהיה לנו Now you ולכל ישראל דוד מלך ישראל חי וקיים דוד מלך ישראל חי וקיים דוד מלך ישראל חי וקיים דוד מלך ישראל חי וכאן דוד מלך כמובן חב"ד young professional השם מלך השם מלך השם ימלוך לעולם ועד השם מלך השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם. ההלל השם אלוקים, והגדלנו בתודה. ההלל השם אלוקים, הגדלנו בתודה. בי"ד וו' וה' השם אלוקינו, השם אחד. בי"ד וו' וה' השם אלוקינו, השם אחד, השם Chabad young professional, you don't know how to dance. Everybody jump, jump, jump. ההלל השם אלוקים, הגדלנו בתודה. ההלל השם אלוקים, הגדלנו בתודה. וי"ד וו' וה' השם אלוקים, השם וי"ד וו' וה' השם. I want to hear you, just you Chabad young professionals. Oh, now you, השם. השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם ועד. השם מלך. Chabad, let's do Nigun of Chabad. Hey, di-di-da, yam bidi bam bam bam. Oh, bidi-da bam. I want to see hands up. Oh, di-di-da, yam bidi bam bam bam. Di-di-da, yai yai. One more time. Hey. Oh, di-di-da. Oh, di-di-da. Oh, di-di-da. Di-di-da, yai yai. 1, 2, 3. Ay, di-di-dam, bidi-bam bam bam, ba-da-da-da. Ay, di-di-dam, bidi-bam bam bam. Oh, oh, oh. Ay, bidi-bam, bidi-bam bam bam. Di-di-da-da-da-da-da. Di-di-dam, bidi-bam bam bam. Oh, oh, di-di-da-da. Oh, di-di-da-da. Oh, oh, bidi-bam-bam. Yay, 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 yay. Oh, yo, yo, yay. Di-di-da-da. Guys, you are amazing. Oh. פרצה ופרצה, פרצה ופרצה, ימה והקדמה, צפונה ונגבה. ופרצה ופרצה, פרצה ופרצה, ימה והקדמה, צפונה ונגבה. ופרצה ימה והקדמה, ופרצה צפונה. Guys, show me your right hand. Everyone, show me your right hand. And wave it, wave it, wave it. Up. Oh, הימה והקדמה צפונה, הקדמה ימה. היי, אוי, ופרצה, ופרצה, ופרצה. ימה והקדמה צפון. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו. עוד יבוא שלום, עוד יבוא שלום, עוד יבוא שלום. שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם. שלום, שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, יבוא שלום עלינו. עוד יבוא שלום, עוד יבוא שלום. שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם. שלום. Guys, this is for you. And I feel like Katna Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Ready to come from, ready to go. Ready to come from Katna. And I feel like Katna Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Ready to come from, ready to go. Guys, let's go right to the sunset. And I feel like Katna Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Ready to come from, ready to go. Ready to come from, Katna Joe. And I feel like Katna Joe. I've been ready a long time ago. Ready to come from, ready to go. 2, 3, go. Come on, Chabad young professional. I want to see you dancing and moving. David, חי, חי. David melech Israel, חי, חי וקיים. David melech Israel. Guys, I want you to move. David melech Israel, חי, חי וקיים. David melech Israel. David melech Israel. One more time. Know me. David, know you. Chabad young professional, you can do it much better. David melech Israel. David melech Israel. Let's do it one more time. David חי, חי. מלך ישראל, חי חי וקיים. חי חי. עם ישראל חי. אם לא נשכח תמיד להיות מאוחדים. עם ישראל. בעליות, בירידות, גם בשעה. Come on, hands up. הקדוש ברוך הוא יעשה שלום בינינו כי לא עבדה. Now everybody jump. עם ישראל, עם ישראל. עם עם ישראל חי, בקרוב תזרח השמש, בימים יפים אלה, הלב נמלא בדאגות. כולם יחזרו הביתה, נחכה להם למטה, הלוואי נדע בשורות טובות. ים הנצח לעולם לא מפחד, אפילו כשקשה לראות. כולם ביחד, it's all about the unity. שישרפו המלחמות, עם ישראל. עם ישראל. בעליות, בירידות, בשעות הכי קשות, הקרנות. כי אין לנו עוד מדינה. עם ישראל, עם ישראל חי. הושיע את עמך וברך את נחלתך. כמובן, אורם, 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 אורם ונשם, אורם ונשם עד העולם. one more time. הושיע את עמך וברך את... Guys, I want to see a big circle of all of you. Come on, boys. I want to see your circle. ונשם עד העולם. הושיע את עמך וברך את נחלתך. אורם, 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 אורם ונשם עד העולם. הושיע את עמך וברך את נחלתך. אורם, אורם, לחיים, לחיים, לחיים עד העולם. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו, אמרו, one more time. עושה שלום, הוא יעשה ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו, אמרו, אמן. יעשה שלום, היי, שלום עלינו, על כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו, על כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו, על כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום. ברוך השם, ברוך השם, לה 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 לה. ברוך השם, ברוך השם, לה 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 לה. ברוך השם, ברוך השם, לה 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 לה. ברוך השם, ברוך השם, לה לה לה. ברוך השם, ברוך השם, לה 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 לה. ברוך השם, I want to hear you. How about the bank professionals? Now me, I did it. Now you. Thank you, Hashem. I did it. Bam bam. I did it. Bam bam. I did it. Bam bam. Thank you, Hashem. Hodu Hashem. כי טוב, כי לעולם, לעולם חסדו. One more time. הודו להשם כי טוב, כי לעולם, עולם חסדו. הודו להשם כי טוב, כי לעולם הפעם אודה את השם, הפעם אודה את השם, הפעם אודה את... כי לעולם, come on guys, 1, 2, 3, היי דיגי דם במ במ, היי דיגי דם במ במ, I'm bidi ba ba bam. Thank you. I'm bidi da ba bam. Oh, 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 oh. Geschmack der Beid, Geschmack der Beid. Ay, dai, di da dai. Oh, do 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 do. Oh, oh, ay, ay. So proud to be a Jew, so proud to be a Jew. Di da dai, di da dai. Oh, do 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 do. Ay, dai, di dai, dai. Ay dai di dai 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 bidi bam 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 Ay gidi dai dai ya dai 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 bidi ba 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 dai 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 Ay dai di dai dai ay dai 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 Ay di dai dai oh 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 Ay di dai oh so proud to be a Jew. Did I lie? Did I lie? Did I ba 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 bam? Oh, did I die? Die? Geschmack to be a so proud to be a Jew. Oh, bam, did I bam, oh, 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 oh. אוי, הוא היושב לו אישם במרומים, הוא הרופא כל חולים, הוא הנותן רוב שמחה לילדים, הוא העושה משפטים, הוא בשמיים, הוא היחיד, הוא הגדול הנורא, הוא השומר עלינו מצרם. אלוה שמור עלינו כמו ילדים, שמור ואל תעזוב, תן לנו אור ושמחה, תן לנו כוח עוד ועוד, שמור עלינו. מה עוד נותר לנו עוד בימים, מה עוד נותר בלילות, שמש שמחה וחדוות נעורים, לילה ויום של חלום. חברים, הוא בשמיים והוא היחיד, הוא הגדול הנורא, הוא השומר עלינו מ... Guys, are you ready to jump? אלוה שמונה ואל תעזוב, תן לנו אור ושמחה, תן לנו כוח עוד ועוד, שמונה עלינו. תן לנו אור ושמחה, תן לנו. Oh, 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 oh. Guys, I want to hear you. Alalai, alalai, alalai. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, oh, whoa, alalai, alalai. Oy, 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 oy. תודה רבה, חב"ד Young Professionals. Thank you so much to Rabbi and Perel Shmotkin. Guys, you are amazing. And this is for you, Rabbi Perel, and this is the last one for you. הריקותי לכם ברכה, עד בלי די, עד בלי די, עד בלי די, אידי די, די די, די דם, בידי בם. Everyone, I want... הופ, עד בלי די, עד בלי די, אידי די, די דם, בידי בם, בידי בם. עד שריבלו שפתותיכם מי לא אמר די די עד שריבלו שפתותיכם מי לא אמר תודה לך עד בלי די, איי 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 עד שריבלו שפתותיכם מי לא אמר די די לו שפתותיכם מי לא אמר מחשבות טובות בדיבורים טובים במחשבות טובות. Guys, this is for the soldiers. חיילים גיבורים. This is for עם ישראל. יהודים צדיקים. Chabad Young Professionals. היי, היי, צמה, 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 צמה לך נפשי, כמה, כמה, כמה לך בשרי. היי, צמה, 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 צמה לך נפשי, כמה, כמה. היי, די, ים, בידי בבם, היי, דיגי דם, בידי בבם, היי, דידי די, לללי. היי, די, ים, בידי בבם, בידי דם, בם, בם, בידי בבם, בידי בם, 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 בם. והשם יתברך תמיד אוהב אותי השם יתברך תמיד אוהב אתכם ותמיד יהיה לכם רק טוב. Now I want to see Chabad. We are ending. Everyone jump ויהיה לי ועוד יותר טוב ויהיה לי עוד יותר טוב. Much better and better to Chabad. זכות הרבי. עוד יותר טוב ועוד יותר טוב ותמיד יהיה לי רק טוב. תודה רבה, תודה רבה. Love you so much. עם ישראל חי and we will win.